Hello, everyone. It's been a while since we've been on Tygem, so let's jump right back on here. We're at 13 wins so far. Maybe we can get up to, guess it'd be 2 Dawn, double rank up to 2 Dawn. But yeah, let's just get into a game.
The game is started.
All right, I am black. Let's see if they stay. All right, cool, cool. I'm going to play my normal opening here. It's tempting to approach, so I think I will. It doesn't really matter. I could enclose or approach. I think it's not too big of a deal. This one here. I think I'm perfectly happy to press them down and potentially capture this stone if they push and cut. So I will just press here. Just going to extend. All right. That should be good enough. Another extension. Okay. And then playing down here. So usually if you're pushing this third time, it's so that you don't have to play this sliding move. Yes, I do not have any attachment in the corner, but they could have also jumped instead because they have these 3 pushes. If you just do 2 pushes, then you want to do the sliding move to prevent me from attaching in the corner. It's tempting to just protect here, but it's also a good idea to get rid of the base on the stones. So I'm going to take his 2 space extension away. When he jumps out, then I can jump to cover it. Yes, like this. There is some weakness here, but I don't have to worry too much about it. It is quite tempting to try to fight back, but since he is capping me, I'm just going to play the knight's move here to protect my stone. And I'm just going to stay strong with the Hani on the outside. There's no need to try to be too aggressive here, and I just need to keep my shapes nice and strong and protected. He should probably just extend. And I have a couple options. I could try to press him down. If he cuts, then I can just push it all the way down and it might be fine. But I think I'm just going to protect in the center first. And I think this tiger's mouth makes it so that if he turns, I can play this one and have nice shape. Now he's going to Tanuki. All right. So his group is fairly okay, I guess. Though a move in the center would put a little bit of pressure on his stones. That doesn't mean I should try to pincer and try to attack too severely. I think I'm just going to do the diagonal move, putting a little bit more pressure on the top stone versus the knight's move. Then if he responds, he's going to attach. That's interesting. Just going to take the corner. I could come over this top here now. It might actually be a good idea. But I could also just continue taking the corner. So with this sort of shape, normally you actually want to play the outside move. And so I think I will do that. Because taking the corner is big, but also small. Whereas the outside has a lot more potential. So I wanted to enclose over here originally. When they played the 2 space, I enclose over here and I get a nice area. However, now I sort of want to approach on the bottom because I have this wall here. So I think that's what I will do. The plans are always changing here, it looks like. I could expect some sort of pincer, but I think this is a mistake. If he's going to pincer, I think you need to pincer a little bit further away. Because in this case, I will just jump out. And I have this strength in the center. So it's a little bit difficult for him to really fight here. And of course, I'm not going to be pressing him down. I'm going to be pincering him. And I have a couple options here. We can go into the corner a little bit, see if he lets us settle. And then we can either jump here to prevent him from coming over the top, or we can jump again. I think it should basically be the same. Either one should be fine. If he comes over the top, I protect. I get a couple points here, and then he goes out towards the center. So I think I prefer this jump personally. Oh, wow. So I just want to play the diagonal to prevent him from connecting up. And I want to prevent him from connecting to his other group as well. So just surround. This was very much too much. But yes, I will just surround here. I could have been a little bit more aggressive with the peeping surround instead, but I think this is okay because now this group is extremely weak. And this one's not even alive. If I throw in here, they block. I throw in here, he blocks, I connect. He has to play this one and this one. He can probably get them both. But I'm not really going to worry about this group right now.
Overtime countdown has begun.
All I need to do now is just come out with this side. Because this group is basically, well, it's quite weak. So I want to protect the weaker side that I have. And I can just continue surrounding it. I'm not sure the best way. But I think this should be fine. Just jumping. Jump, jump, jump. Kind of has nowhere to run to. That doesn't mean he's going to necessarily die, but it does mean that it's kind of difficult. Knight's move, I can cut that, right? It looks like it should be fine for me, right? We can double check, right? If I cut, he does this one, I cut here.
9,
He ladders,
8,
and we go
6,
all the way to there.
5, 4.
So it looks like I can just cut. The knight's move, I'm not exactly sure what he was trying to accomplish there, but you should never use the knight's move like this. If you can help it. Looks like I can just block here. If they cut, then I can Atari and jump out. Yep, it's like this. Atari. Prevent him from pushing through my stones. Like you realize what's happened now. Look at the time is still going down. Sometimes I miss it when they do resign on this on this server. So you have to pay attention to that. But I think at this point it is very close to time for them to resign. There is not really much they can do because they tried to live in this very small area to prevent me from getting a couple points, right? They're very, very greedy here, which means that I got these extra moves on the outside, giving me a very, very nice thick position. So if he can't attack this side, then there's not much he can do. He can try to come from the outside here. I capture, he connects, but then I can just split these two groups from each other, and it becomes a little bit difficult for him to attack. So that's what he's going to try to do. I can just capture. And it's a little bit difficult for him to surround me with one move. He has to connect here or else I can cut off these two stones. They're very likely dead if I cut them off. Oh yes, he did resign this time. So I did miss it, see? I knew I'd miss it. So it was actually a fairly quick game, but this is also a very good example of why you don't need to worry about these little groups of points here. So let's start the review here. Let's just look, right? Let's just go back to just this section. This was the most important section. Yeah, maybe he could have played better here, played better here. None of that really matters in the end here because for some reason he wanted to live in this little tiny area. So before we even do anything, let's count how many points are even there, right? So let's say there's this 3 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So that's 15 points. That's it. That's 15 points. And maybe I'm getting like a little bit more. I like playing this jump here when doing this fight, just so that I'm a little bit stronger on the left side. So that he can't really attack those stones very easily. Whereas if I don't play the jump and I just jump from the other side, he at least can try to get a little bit of shape by leaning on this stone, right? It makes it a little bit easier for him to run away. And he could even just jump over here. If I just back off, white has a lot more shape here. I get my 15 points, maybe a little bit less, but I get my points here. But, you know, it makes it easier for white. So this jump is not to get points. This jump is to prevent white from getting a lot of eye potential here. He could maybe attach and get something here like this. This is at least one eye, right? But now if he's doing this, I get, a couple more points in the area. So he didn't really need to worry about this jump. I'm not really threatening very much. This is my 15 points, and then maybe another 10 points here. So 25 points. Yeah, that's a decent amount of points, but it's not really nothing to be jealous of here. Just taking this 3-3 over here is going to be a very similar amount. You're taking away 10 to 20 points and gaining 10 to 20 points by playing the 3-3, right? This pincer, as I said, was the wrong place for the pincer because I can just jump out and attack him directly. If he wanted to pincer here, he should have played at least 2 spaces here. And if he wanted to be a little bit more...
You have a game
Oh,
request.
game request. No. If he wanted to be a little bit more safe, he could even play like 3 spaces here. Because now when I jump out here, like, I don't really get anything. I can't really attack this stone very easily. There's just so much space here. I can just jump up. And like even them doing a move like this starts to get them what is close to an eye, right? So they could kick and do this. And look, they already have basically 2 eyes, honestly. So something to keep in mind, if you wanted to reduce my potential over here, you need to play a loose pincer, not this type of pincer. And then you need to know that this is going to be a fight. And you need to probably be giving up on taking away my points here. As a matter of fact, maybe you just give it up completely. Right? I get this.
You have a game request.
Another game request. I get this. And if I keep jumping out on this side, maybe you can attack me directly, right? We can lean on this. Just give me those points. Force feed them to me and try to do something in the center here. Now, likely I wouldn't jump there, but I'll probably come over here directly. When he jumped, I'll probably come over here directly because I have 2 potential weak groups if I'm not careful. But yes, that was it. I think that was actually kind of an interesting game. A really nice, simple illustration of how not to play. Before ending the video, I want to say a special thanks to the people supporting me on Patreon. I hope you guys are having a great day and have fun.